Instagram works. Like I shared that this morning, I have quite a number of things to share with you. The riddle of the day, the password of the day. I also have the the riddle of the day, pardon me, the quote of the day, today in history, and I also have a good amount of videos to share with you, a few that you'll learn from and you'll be blessed by. Yes, you will be blessed by these videos I have to share with you. If you're joining on YouTube, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. I hope that you have an amazing time, listening to the show this morning, right? Yes, all right. So let's head straight to our riddle of the day. All right, so our riddle is, I spoke no lies, yet they called me liar. Thrown in a pit, then walked through fire. Kings feared me, but I feared the Lord. Visions I saw. A lion's den could not bring me harm. I lived by prayer, faith was my arm. Who am I? If you'd ask me, I think that's a very pretty simple, easy peasy. If you need Bible school, sorry, pardon me. If you need Bible, what do we call it then? Bible study. But if you're familiar with Book of Bible Stories, you just this particular one, you see, because Book of Bible Stories really helped me. They gave us a lot. I grew up. I started in the Mountain of Fire Church, then I became a Jehovah Witness. My parents shall follow my parents. I think my dad was in Mountain of Fire, my mom was in Jehovah Witness. Can't remember. But anyways, I know I got this particular book from Jehovah Witness, right? And it was book of was it? Yeah, it was Jehovah Witness. Yeah, I'm very sure. It was interesting, pretty interesting, right? And I this particular riddle, that's a Bible story, of course, would show you how how these things were, right? How this person was also, and it was just explained what went on there, right? Again, a riddle. I believe that there are a lot of clues here, and it should be easy for you to get. I'm not sure if I can get. I've been trying to log it on Instagram, but it's not working for some reason. I do not know why. But let's see if people on YouTube. I know some of us are tuning in on YouTube, and thank you. Let's see if you get it, and hopefully I can read your comments if you share that with me on YouTube. So yeah, I spoke no lies, yet they called me a liar. Thrown in a pit. Okay, I should be able to read your comments. Yes, I should be able to read your comments on YouTube. I spoke no lies, yet they called me a liar. Thrown in a pit, then walked through fire. Kings feared me, but I feared the Lord. Visions I saw. I lived by prayer. I lived by prayer. Faith was my who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who is this person we talk about? Who is this person we speak of? I spoke no lies, yet they called me a liar. Thrown in a pit, then walked through fire. Kings feared me, but I feared the Lord. Visions I saw. I lived by prayer. Faith was my arm. Who am I? Let me know in the comment section on YouTube. Still trying to fix the Instagram issue, but let me know. Let me know what the answer is. I spoke no lies, yet they called me a liar. Thrown in a pit, then walked through the fire. Kings feared me, but I feared the Lord. Visions I saw. I lived by prayer. Faith was my arm. Who am I? It's the riddle of the day, the praise world riddle. I hope you get it. Of course, I'll let you know before the end of the show if your answer is correct. Uh See me very hopeful that this Instagram is going to work today. Today is me and you today. But anyways, let's move on to our quote of the day. Our quote of the day is quite insightful, inspiring. Whatever it feels to you. You feel it. The quote of the day, we're quoting this morning, we're quoting Corrie Ted Boom. And the quote of the day says, never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God. Never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God. I mean, if for those people that I laugh at the people that say that, oh, God is not real, God doesn't exist. And like, I don't know if they've actually thought that if God doesn't exist, how do I exist? How do I live? How do I breathe? Right? A lot of times, I don't know if these people actually think or, just think about themselves, or maybe one they just study and read the Bible, and specifically reading the part of the Bible where you have the Israelites and Egyptians, you know that time, that period, that part of the Bible, when you read that part, and sometimes it's unbelievable, it feels too much to be real, right? I think that's the best way I can describe it. I watched the a video, a movie, right? The story of Moses, and I'm like, this makes me understand better. Like, I really understand where this whole thing, the plague and everything that happened is coming from, right? And you can't tell me that those things happened and you don't believe that there's a God that exists. There are many things that I would say. One thing I always remember, I don't know if people actually remember it, but one thing I always and always and always remember is there was an incident that happened 2 years ago in Lagos, Nigeria here. And I'm like, yo, this can't be real. Like, this is a very busy place that, uh, you know, uh, that people, it's a very busy place. People work there and they're constantly just moving around over there, right? And something happened that day. There was, I think it was I can't remember. There was a crash. It was not an airplane, of course, and it was very close to a filling station. What's this thing called? I think it was a private jet. I can't remember what it was. But the fact that nothing happened to anybody, no one was harmed, you know, it might not have been a big deal to anybody. It was a big deal to me. That could have been God. That is not that could have, that is God at work, right? And so when you take a look at your environment, you look around, and you check and you see in everything. See, I strongly believe that in every single thing that you look around talks about God exists. In all honesty, when you see the birds, if you've ever tried traveling in Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about, or traveling abroad, or just on the airplane, or traveling by sea. I've never traveled, but you know, all of these things, you see God in all his glory, in all his splendor. Every single thing, the birds of the air, the flies that are always disturbing. There is God in everything, and you cannot convince me or tell me nothing about, God not existing. All right. And this morning, our quote of the day, sharing that you should never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God. Your circumstances, whatever it is that you're seeing now, you might not be sure of the future. You might think that, oh my God, what's going to happen to the future? How is it going to? What am I going to? When am I going to? Who am I going to? Why am I going to? Where? You might have all the questions